Hey, am I welcome here? I've been gone for a little while. Am I welcome back here? Y'all let me know. I have been posting on YouTube shorts, but I'm back with some long form content because we're back in our natural hair bag. So let's chit chat. My name is Ebony. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are not new here, thank you for coming back to mess with your girl for another video. Today we're going to be talking about hair in general and why protective styles are not protective anymore. I just think we started labeling things as protective hairstyles just because they stay in for a long time. Is it protecting your hair or is it protecting your arms from having to do wash day? These are in no particular order, but we're going to start out with sew-ins. Quick weaves too, but mostly sew-ins, because when you get a sew-in, there has to be a foundation that's braided down in order for them to sew tracks on top of. And a lot of times people get these and they leave them in for such a long time. The problem is not for me leaving it in for a long time, it's more so the braid down and how these braiders are braiding them so freaking tight. Number one, it's pulling at your scalp. You are going to get traction alopecia because they keep doing your braid down the same exact way every single time, and it's pulling at your scalp. And then sometimes the braids are so close together that your scalp literally can't even breathe. So if you're getting a sew-in as a protective hairstyle and then you're leaving it in for a while, because that's the point of a protective hairstyle, you are not able to clean your scalp. And if you get your hair wet and try to clean your scalp, them braids so close together that you are not getting your scalp clean. And if you are getting your scalp clean and you're not using a blow dryer or sitting under a dryer for a long period of time, which is, I know y'all ain't doing because y'all so lazy, your hair can quite literally get mold in it. You know what? I'm realizing that this is deeper than I thought. These hairstyles are really trying to take y'all out. The second reason why sew-ins is on the list is because when you get a sew-in, 9 times out of 10, you get a leave out. Y'all get the bust down sew-in and then you leave the leave out and you have to flat iron it every single day in order for it to blend in and look good. Now everybody's doing curly flip overs. So the hair in the back, it's a loose curl, but in order to make your hair match to it, you got to do a wand curl, or you got to do like a little curl with the flat iron, and you got to hit the edges and bump. Like, before you know it, you're using so much heat on your hair. If you care about your actual real hair, you don't want to burn your leave out. And 9 times out of 10 with these sew-ins, you're going to burn your leave out. I'm going to throw in wigs right here as well because it's the same concept. They're braided down, they're covered up. And on the wigs, you don't have to do a leave out, so you're not burning your real hair, but your edges, oh, they suffer. You literally are ripping your edges from the root. Y'all getting tan lines. It's no hair here. Leave out is not left out, but the edges have to suffer. It's just another one of those things where I don't feel like it's giving protective if it's damaging something else in the process. Number 2 is braids. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Please, I know y'all want to fight me on this one. Knotless braids, twists, all of those hairstyles that you are going to get that are going to stay in your hair for 6 weeks or more, 9 times out of 10, it is not protective. We call knotless braids a protective hairstyle because they're supposed to be like not so heavy and they're not supposed to pull on your hair. But the reality of any hairstyle that you leave in for that amount of time, whether it's braids or something else, you are not taking care of your hair in between. This is how the cycle goes. People are getting braids. All they're doing in between is just oiling their scalp. So they're just putting more and more oil onto their scalp. The scalp can't even breathe. But besides that, you're not doing any kind of like hydration methods. You get what I'm saying? So the braids are in and they're just in. You just keep hitting your edges and then you're calling it a day. But in reality, there's no moisture being added. You're not wetting your hair. You're not adding any leave-in conditioner to it. You're not doing like any of those methods that's going to help bring moisture to your hair in between the protective style. So then you take the braids out. And then you're left with these huge chunks of hair that have fell out of your head because it's been months since you've done anything to it. It hasn't had any TLC. No love and care at all. It's just been vibing. Just scheming on through and barely getting by. So I say that braids are not a protective hairstyle because in between you're not doing any maintenance to it to actually care for your hair underneath it. It's one of those things where we love them so bad, but in reality I think we should stop calling it a protective style because it's just a style so you don't like have to do your hair. They're convenient as ever, but I don't know if I would call it protective. The slick back buns. Y'all look so cute with them buns. The face is tea. It snatches the face back. It just gives everything except for the fact that it's snatching your hair. Because 9 times out of 10, if you do a slick back bun, you always put it in the same place. You're not moving it to this side, to that side, to the middle. You're not bringing it up a little bit to the middle of your head. You're snatching it back and putting it slap in the middle of your head on the nape. And I feel like this part of of your hair completely suffers when you're doing slick back buns, especially if you're doing them all the time. Sorry, I had to switch my battery out. What I was saying was, if I do my hair on wash day and then day 5, 6, 7 is starting to look a little crazy, a little frizzy, a little ratty, I will go for a ponytail, but it's not like my default go-to. Like, I'm not washing my hair and then putting it in a slick back bun or putting it in a ponytail. I just think that makes no sense, because until your next wash day, you're going to just keep probably spraying a little water on it and then brushing it in between every day. Hair should either be left alone or cared for. And when I say left alone, I mean like in between your wash days, not for like 4 or 5 months with braids in. Just to be clear, I am not against any of these styles that I talked about today. I'm just saying that your hair in between should be cared for, and these styles shouldn't be done consistently over and over and over and over again. There has to be some balance in between, because again, protective hairstyles are made to protect your hair. That is all for this video. I'll do a video with some hairstyles that are actually protective next, so make sure y'all leave me a comment down below. If you made it all the way through this video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.